sun coming out? Oh, snap. Let me do the demonstrating sun. There, on Sunday. That is some good tea. Yeah, good tea. Yeah. I'll go to England just for tea. Oh, yes. The sun is coming out. I get a chance to test that technology in the sun today. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, that's what I'm talking about, man. This is going to be an amazing day today. All right, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using Ambient Light Rejection Technology Gain. We got a sunny day today. That means I get a chance to take the technology outside, right outside so we get against the window, and do a demonstration with direct sunlight. Oh man, I don't even want to do this demonstration now. Oh, wow. Okay, so I wonder how cloudy it is outside. Like, is this going to stay with us? Oh, the clouds are turning out. This is beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, we can test that technology outside. We get that, so get that set up for that demonstration next. All right. We're talking about a nice sunny day. Set up for that demonstration. Sun stays out. We're good to go. Well, I never get a chance to work on my projects. I'm always doing some of those. Definitely. Yeah, nice sunny day. It's beautiful. Definitely. We can test the technology out in the freaking sun today. That is going to be fun. Got a sunny day. It's going to be a sunny day today. I get to go outside in the sun with the new technology. Oh, man. Beautiful. That's going to be great. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. Wow. Get a chance to do something extremely hard. That's the fun part. 6 o'clock. Doing 6 o'clock demonstration is fun and all. Don't get me wrong. We're getting one to pull off at 8, 9, and 12 o'clock. And oh man, that's where the fun's going to start. So chances are, like I said, I'm not thinking it's going to work on 100%. On this, we might get some failure in there. Who knows? It can happen. First trials on technology, you always get failures here and there. But it's fun and excited to see exactly what's going to happen. All right, so we're going to be painting this surface today. Look how trashy that screen looks. Boy, that is really, really trashy. Yeah, we're going to be painting that. Now, the reason why I put in Crow Boys Welcome, because right now I am welcoming Crow Boys to come into the room and watch the demonstration. Like I said, they pick and choose their battles. So they'll come in when I'm setting up the lights and make complaints or whatever they do. But I'm inviting you in. You're not going to be blocked. We're going to do a paint on demonstration. And I'm going to show you something interesting about that. I told you that paint that we developed, that black silver, has some interesting little characteristics about it. His little personality. So I'm not going to start the demonstration for a while. Whether or not you want to come in or not, or you basically want to ignore me, doesn't make a difference. I'm inviting you in. So if you don't show, it just shows the bottom line is that you I don't know, just not going to show. All right, let me see what we got going on. Get this going on pretty good. Let me get a video feed for this too. All right, let me throw some fish on. Sometimes it's good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I tell you, baby. Going on, Crow Boys. Come on, in the room, live demonstration. Let me see what we're going to play. Doesn't make a difference. Either way, the video is going to be uploaded. When the video is uploaded, it's going to be shown that I did call you out to come out here and watch this demonstration. So, it doesn't make a difference. All right, so for those of you that are watching the demonstration, don't know what a crowboy is. Crowboy is basically an individual or a few individuals that do like to come into my videos and they like to carry on. And they like to try to debunk my technology, or they try to. So we do these live demonstrations so they can watch and see these demonstrations so they can understand how the technology works and how a proper demonstration is supposed to be done. That's what a crowboy is. So eventually I have an individual who basically does not like my technology or what I do or whatever, and is constantly trying to downgrade my technology. So he has a group of followers, which we call crowboys, and they basically like to come in here and basically try to, like I say, debunk my technology, which always fails miserably for them. So today, I'm giving you a demonstration to watch. We're going to do a paint on demonstration on a very trashy screen to show you that screen paint is amazing. And I'm going to show you something very interesting about that black silver technology we developed. Now, I had somebody, they sent me a few emails here and there. One of the emails they sent me was, oh, it's just Crow's paint, and that's what you're using. Well, I have this paint here, and side by side, there's nothing alike whatsoever because the technology we developed actually has a different color, but actually is actually gray, but when hit with a form of contrast, turns black. That's something this product has never done. So, that's what crowboys are. So if anybody comes in and can't figure out what a crowboy is, that's what they are. So I don't usually go into that particular channel if they're doing live. I don't really care. But for some reason, they are obsessed with what I do over here. And they just, I started doing live demonstrations and inviting them in. I mean, if you're going to troll me, I'm going to invite you in. And then you can explain to everybody how it's done. You see that sunlight out there right now, going right now? That's exciting me. You know why that's exciting me? Because I got technology that can actually produce images in that environment right now. How many people do you know that's excited about the sun coming out to do a video demonstration on technology? I'm excited because we have that tech. So let me show you something interesting about the product. And the reason why I do this is because this cuts down on some of the nonsense of trying to start rumors and stuff saying, well, he's using his product. So let me show you. This right here is our technology. I've shown this many times. You see the color of that? All right. This is for my customers too, so you can see the difference. See the color of that? Because my customers know that basically I don't touch any of his stuff. It's no point. My stuff is way beyond that. This is his product. I'm going to lay this down. As you can see, there's a difference between the two. Right? Two different colors. There we go. See that? Now, interesting thing. If you were to go, it's on the eye level, and pop the top to his screen paint, there's a gray, right? It's gray screen paint, right? So it's gray on the outside and it's gray on the inside, right? Any other paint does the same thing. If I get a can of paint and it's blue on the outside if I put it in a clear container, and it's blue on the inside. If you look at this technology, what color would you think that was? If you look at that. That doesn't look gray, does it? This is gray, but that's not gray. All right, so I'm gonna pop the top of my container. Now, chances are when I pop it open, you would think it'd be the color of this, right? No, this is the paint reacting to light. That's the color of my paint. But it doesn't look the same as it does on the container. It's because it's reacting to light. If it was in a dark container, it would come up all gray, but it reacts to light differently than that product right there. That's why it doesn't look the same. Now, if I were to take a clear container, we don't need this anymore, and I were to take the gray paint, kind of shocking, isn't it? It was gray when I poured it in, but when I shook it up, it changed into another color. That's because this is a form of smart technology we're working on that allows the paint to be able to identify color and light. Instead of the projector producing the image and showing the color on the screen can recognize the colors that's coming from the projector and basically produce the image, color, contrast, the whole 9 yards. That's the technology we built. When you say that you're on my level, I will design things that will blow your mind clean out of the water. I'm telling you, I'm not bragging. I'm showing you this live. You just watched that screen going there great, didn't you? Now look at the color of it. Can't explain it, can you? This is what I'm talking about when it comes to, number one, having knowledge from God, because I put all my faith in my Lord when I build and design this stuff. He's the one that gives me the ideas to design this. If you take gray paint and you stick it into a container, it comes out gray. Not this technology. This technology, if you stick this into a container, shake it up, the color changes. It alters. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to color, people have to understand that if you take a red screen, paint it red, and you hit it with a projector, everything comes up red. If you do it blue, everything comes up blue. If you do it brown, everything comes up brown. But this technology can read what the projector is producing. So if the projector produces white, it produces white. Blue, blue. Green, green. Red, red. Black, black. Produces the color. It can read the projector. Look at that. Kind of cool, isn't it? Scientists. I'm telling you, man, I love doing this stuff, man. I love doing it. See, that's why I did that demonstration. The reason why I did that demonstration, it's not to knock them. It's not to tear them down. It's to get them to understand that I know when I was painting the screen, doing the demonstration, and both screens were gray when I put them side by side. And I knew that sooner or later, one of them was going to pop and go, oh, that's his technology. You took his technology and made it your own. That's why, if you look at the color code, it's different on the side of that container. So some people will say, well, now you got to think ahead of these people. They'll say, well, what you did was you splashed paint on the inside of it, dried it, and then poured your paint inside of it to make it look like it was two different colors. So that's why I took the paint out, put it into a clear container, shook it up in front of you, and you watched it change when the light hit it. I told you, I back up everything that I do and say. So you know. So that's what's so interesting about that technology. So this is a whole new form of field. And instead of us charging you, and I could have easily charged you $400 or $500 for a quarter of this. I could have companies willing to pay me a lot more than this for this technology right now. Could have easily charged you an arm and a leg for it. You think if Black Diamond had this technology, what do you think they would charge you for it? Heck of a lot more than under $100. But like I said, you know, I wanted to do something differently this time around. I wanted to bring out a product everybody could afford. That's the whole purpose of us designing these high-tech projection screens we got lined up. We're supposed to be for this year, but for next year. We're planning to design these really high-tech screens that can compete with the big boys, but it's not going to charge you an arm and leg. You don't spend $4,000 for a projection screen or $5,000 for a projection screen. You can have a 120-inch screen in your home. It's not going to cost you an arm and leg. That's the whole purpose of that technology. There you go. That's why I invite you in. I invite you in to give you knowledge and understanding, not to tear you down, not to embarrass you, but to give you understanding. So when you go into his videos and you watch him constantly slander my technology, you got an idea of exactly how I do things over here. There you go. All right, so let's do this paint on demonstration of that. I got to do that one again for Facebook. I got to, because people are going to think like, oh, he's got magic. If I had magic, you think I would be sitting here right now living in this home if I had that kind of ability to be able to change things right before your eyes? Yeah. If I had that kind of power, yeah, you definitely would be calling me Thanos at the end of the day. I made half the city disappear and snap my fingers. Someone would be calling me Thanos. All right, let me stop playing. I'm having fun. All right, let's paint this trashy screen. Ugh. So those who've been asking me about rollers, yeah, as you get older, you'll start making sounds every time you go to pick something up. It'll be, ugh, ugh. And then the older you get, it'd be more like you'd be saying all kinds of Christian words in there. But anyway, you shouldn't do that. We're using an everyday gnat roller. It doesn't make a difference. People can ask me what kind of roller to use. Doesn't make a difference. It's a gnat roller. That's all you need. Don't use a short roller. Get the 9-inch roller at the most. And you don't really have to have an expensive roller. I buy my rollers at Dollar Tree. A lot of money. I don't need a lot of money for rollers. All right, so let's get this tilted so you can see what I'm doing over here. So we have to go through those. People say, why do you go through? I have to go through those extras. I have to go all through. Not just for him, for companies too. The same slack from companies too. Same emails from companies that will contact me from time to time and say, well, I think you may have copied our design. Like, yeah, really? Okay. Did your design do this? And that's the end of that story. So it's not the first time, like I said. But you know, it's funny because I only got like two people pretty much. I ain't gonna mention the other fellow's name because we don't even bother with him. We don't mention his name at all because, like I said, when it comes down to screen paint, honestly, I would give Crow more credit than this Joker. I would. Not gonna, no, it's rude. It's wrong to call me Joker. I apologize on that one. I would give Crow more credibility than this other fellow. That's a better way of putting it. But I'm not going to mention his name because it's not worth my time. Other than that, you know, trying to say that your technology is the same as mine. No, 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 no. Did you see what that technology just did? Look, it was different colored outside the container. The more minute I poured it, it showed the inside of it, it was gray. Poured it into a clear container, which you thought it was going to come up gray, and it didn't. It came up the exact same as on the outside because it reads light. So no, we're not the same. Trust me. Now, we could be at one point if you basically take the time to do your demonstrations correctly and really work at it. And right now, I'm looking at the sun right now. I'm excited. I want to get outside with that freaking technology we got. And I want to basically test that in the sun. I mean, I want to see what we could do with this stuff. Okay, so let's get you guys over here. We get you close enough to it. It's not to put anybody down. People are like, oh, you're being rude and disrespectful. No, it's telling it like it is. That's all it is. Tell it like it is. If you're going to make accusations, I'm going to back up exactly what my stuff does. And you're just going to have to explain later on why your product is not doing what mine does. All right, there's our trashy screen. The screen is really trashy. So let's get up close on this thing. I'm going to show you how messed up this screen is. We have smear paint, blue handprints, stickers, fragile stickers. It's just trashy, man. It's so trashy. Look at it. Now, would I advise you painting your screen with like this? No. Don't do that. Just really don't. You get the handprints on, that's no problem. This smear's no problem. We got layers and layers of paint where I allow it to thicken up and roll down the screen and dry on purpose. Don't do that. But other than that, looks like this. We can roll it. No primer, no whatsoever. Just going zip, zip, zip. We're done. That's it. Now, I've had some people saying, but you said that you don't have to prime. Yeah, I tell you that if you're doing fabric, you got to prime fabric. I told you fabric absorbs paint. All right? Oops, caught you just in time. Fabric absorbs paint. So you do want to paint over that. You do want to prime it. So you want to prime that surface. Let me bring this down a little bit more. Look at the sun coming out, man. I'm going to get outside with this screen so badly. I tell you something, I'm going to get this so bad. I'm really going to skip this freaking demonstration and do that demonstration. But now I got to follow through on this one and get the other one done. I really want to get out there in the sunlight, man. When that sunlight kicks in. Because that screen already showed outside it already showed on 1,000 lumens. The sun came out, hit the side of the screen, and it produced the image. I was like, oh, now I just got to get direct sunlight to nail this screen. And then we can go in and start altering the coding to figure out exactly where we need to tweak it to get it to work. Well, it's going to work, but actually improve it. All right, so I'm going to go over our messy screen. Let me grab a video feed from there, and we'll go from there. But keep in mind, you know, even though that screen does have that ability to do that, what you don't understand is the same coding is there is in 12. 12s have that form of coding technology. That's why 12s produce such high white levels. That's why 12 can blend into another gray screen, because they have that coding in them. It's just that some of the screens just have a little more than others. Now, like I told you before, that the $89 paint that we saw on our website is considered to be a mid-level screen. That screen in there is as amazing as it may seem, because it changes color to light and all that other cool stuff and can read all that kind of stuff. It's still a mid-level screen next to a black. Black technology is far more superior, because that screen can not only blend into that screen when it comes to color, but it can produce contrast, what that screen cannot do. What that screen can do is it can produce black contrast images and colors that no other gray screen can do. And you've seen it do the Starfield demonstration outside. Just kind of worried about that, because usually when we have to change them over. I'm looking for my other phone. When we have to change them over to roll-ons, we have to dumb them down a little bit. Oh, here it is, down it. We have to dumb them down a little bit. So that's right there. All right, so let's bring up some fishy, something that'll have a continuous loop. And let's go from there. You understand the reason why I got into this business, believe it or not, I got into this business because I didn't like the fact that these big companies were charging all this money, and it was hard for anybody to have a decent screen. You had to spend all this money. And if you didn't have the money spent for a high-end screen, then you had to settle with the gray and white screen. We all know how that crap turns out. So that's why I got into this field. So when someone sits there and tells you they're saving you hundreds, I'm saving you thousands of dollars because I have the sample sheets here. If you think of a person who's going to collect this many projectors and collect this many high-performance sample sheets and do the demonstrations we do on our end, you have to do those demonstrations. If you're going to go against big make screens like that to begin with, you have to do those demonstrations. You can't be cutting corners. Show me any demonstration that I'm doing right now that anyone has done. I have still the 1100 lumen challenge has never been matched. It's still there. And that's 8 technology. This is 12. This is way beyond that. Now, I see some people get upset over that. And they say, well, you know, then they want to consider me to be arrogant. I'm not arrogant. If I was arrogant, I would sell my technology to the highest bidder, make a ton of money off it, and then basically be arrogant and brag about how much money I made from big companies. That's arrogant. All right, so let's paint over this. Are we done with it? Skippity-doo-dah, skippity-day. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. I need the sun to come out and it'd be fantastic. The only people get excited when the sun comes out, man. I can't wait. Sunday, tomorrow morning, we're going to have a nice, bright day. Oh, I'm going to be outside quite a bit. All right, so we pour it there. Now, the only time you have to use a pan is unless you're painting it on the wall. Other than that, you can just put it on the screen and just roll over it. What a wonderful day. I know I just stepped. I'm not worrying about marking my floor because, number one, this stuff washes off pretty easy. So I don't have to worry about that at all. And I got some paint that pretty much grooved in there really good. My drips that came down. Made that area really good. And then number two, I forgot to wrap my roller last night, and it's a little hard, so it's kind of like rolling with a brick. But that makes no difference. We didn't need that much. I think I overkilled on that one. Yeah, I did overkilled. Sorry about that. I'm bad. My bad. There you go. Told you these screens are foolproof. There's no way in the world you can mess this up. When somebody said, "Oh, I painted the screen and I messed it up," I'm like, "How did you mess it up?" I'm like, seriously. Sorry about the coughing, people. I told you I have an accent from time to time. So one of the things I go through. It's bigger fat, and I bring up a lung or anything. And for someone says you got to go up and down in the robot formation. That's virtually impossible. You can't mess this up. I mean, literally, this stuff is foolproof. Now, of course, I can't walk on my floor because that would knock up my floor. So, you might get a chance to see my bare feet. Sorry about the nightmare, people, but I can't walk my floor. Who does that? Freaking steps on the screen and then lets it sit like that. You can't damage these screens. You can't. There's nowhere in the world you could mess this up. When Goose Screen came out, right? They developed a screen that if you made one little mistake, like if you had to go up and down in a robot formation, that's how the screens were designed at that particular era. So if you did this to that screen, you would have to sand down, remove the entire screen and sand it down to the bare wall and repeat the process all over again. Now, as I'm talking to you, the screen is actually drying like that as we're having this conversation. But it's not going to affect the screen because I can roll over it again and again and again and again, and it doesn't make a difference. Heck, I mean, you could paint the entire screen. Your kid could come down and smear mustard on the side of your screen, and you could just paint in that one spot. You don't have to paint the whole screen. It blends all in. I'm not going to tell you go robot formation. Paint it. My roller come out. That's the whole purpose, to make it easy, so anybody can paint the screen. No, you don't have to worry about messing it up. Completely foolproof. That's it. No, foolproof. All right. There you go. No way in the world you can mess it up. Impossible. And that screen's soaking wet. Now, it's going to get, actually, it looks bright, right? It's going to get brighter than that. The screen's wet. As it gets brighter, it's going to get way brighter than that. See how I walked all over the screen, how trashy the surface was? You can turn anything you want to a projection screen. I could paint that rug over there. I can paint anything I want. That's the whole purpose of the technology, to allow you to be able to paint whatever you want to paint, turn whatever you want to a projection screen. You don't have to worry about this or that or the other. Go out to eBay, go buy yourself one of the cheap fixed frame screens, motorized projection screens. Doesn't make a difference. Code it, turn to a screen. I've done styrofoam, done all different kinds of surfaces that I've turned into screens. You can use your 720p projector. This is a 720p projector we're using right now. You can use 1,000 lumens. Doesn't really make a difference. Even if it's not even HDMI, don't even worry about it. Get one of those HDMI converters and stick it on the back of the screen. You couldn't tell one from the other, which I did that demonstration too. I had one screen running on a 720p projector, running with a VGA adapter, and the other one was running on straight 1080 HDMI. Now where's my phone at? Over here. You should know me by now that, I'm always trying to get that Wellcan using a 4,000 lumen crispy projector. Anything like that's gonna look good. Oh, I was gonna pull this thing out. We got the 1,000 lumen Sony. Over here we can play around with too. We'll swap them out, do a projector swap. Right in the middle of all this. And that's the black technology right there. Like I said, I wouldn't advise you painting the surfaces crappy, but it just gives you an idea of what you can paint this stuff over top of. Screen's still wet. Imagine, it's going to be brighter than this. And it's already bright already for a black screen. I better grab me another pair of sneakers too. I'll turn back up here running some of the basement somewhere. Now for the Crow Boys, you watch me do a live demonstration. Paint that screen on. Watch me paint a surface that was not smooth, not sanded, no primer, just roll right over top of it. And not only roll over top of it, step on the screen while it's still wet and have a conversation with you while it's slowly drying. Then roll right back over it again. You watch me take that new technology we developed on the black silver and show you both screens side by side, that if you look at his product, it's gray. Look at my product, it's gray. But if you've seen where I basically showed the inside of it, the outside of it was different color. So the inside of it, they're gray. When I poured that into a container and shook it up in front of you, and you seen that screen slowly change to that weird color, reflecting the light, yeah, that tells you right there the difference between my technology and his. So it pretty much puts an end to the nonsense. So anytime one of you jokers want to come in here and start carrying on, I'm going to send this video right over to you. It's also to educate you on how it's done. You have a bigger contract, I would land if I walk into a commercial property and say, look, they got a big white screen up there. I code over this screen with their technology. Not only code over, walk all over the screen and have a conversation with the owner, like, yeah, and so and so and so and so, while he's freaking out looking at his screen that I done walked all over. Do you have any contracts I've obtained doing that little? It's a little what you call in business, you have to know how to sell a product. So this contract, real quick, that I had, is painting a screen for somebody who wanted it done. This is when I used to go out and do these jobs. And in the conversation, I walked right over the screen, walked right through it. And I could see the look on his face as I'm walking through his screen that I just painted. And having a conversation with him the whole entire time, he's not thinking about what I'm saying, he's thinking about the screen. And that's where I want his attention at. I want his attention to look at the screen, to look at how I walk through his screen. That's what I want. Because when I go paint back over his screen like it ain't nothing, and I show the video off of it, and he watches that screen pop in front of him, contract right there. You got to know how to sell products. Now, it's not enough to be to develop good technology. You have to know how to sell it. Look at the blues pop. And all that knowledge of doing that comes from God. You don't believe it or not. This is how I was able to develop this black technology to this point. All comes from God. So when you slander me, you slander God. Because this is his technology. This is the design he blessed me to have. Buddy. Again, a 30-inch screen. Dude, you know how many screens I have sitting throughout my entire house? I've done demonstrations on screens bigger than this. So if you're going to sit there and say, doing a demonstration on a 30-inch screen, you just watched a black screen produced an image in bright colors just now. And you're going to say 30-inch screen. Sitting behind my screen is 106-inch. Over here, 135. In my deck right now, 126. Upstairs in my gaming room, 135 plus 106-inch screen. Upstairs in my office, a 79-inch portrait screen for my office work, plus a motorized projection screen. And keep in mind, my screen I used to have in my backyard was 180 inches. So don't get at me with that nonsense. That's a cry for help, my friend. See what I mean? What I'm talking about when it comes to Crow Boys? They just watch me. Now, see, their biggest complaint against my technology was it was so dark that you couldn't see the screen. You just watch me walk across the screen, paint it in, and that screen produced beautiful colors and bright images, and the screen is still soaking wet. So then he comes back and he says, out of his mouth, he goes, well, the demonstration, oh, low lumens only on a small screen, not with low lumens only on a small screen. Dude, you know how many projectors I own? Again, you're taking a stab in the dark. Anybody watch me do demonstrations, they knew the kind of demonstrations I do. I did a 1,000 lumen projector outside, my friend, on a gray screen at 13 feet back outside at 6 o'clock in the evening. Got anything else? I own projectors, dude. I own multiple projectors. I don't use one projector over and over and over again. 1,000 lumen projector. I got a Sony right there. That's 1,000 lumens. I did on the gray screen 20 feet back on an 800 lumen projector at 20 feet back. You'll have to match that demonstration. I had the 1100 lumen challenge, which hasn't been matched yet. If you have this product, how about this? I'll give you 2 days. 2 days, I want you to do the exact same demonstration I did in the Ultimate 1100 Lumen Challenge. I'll be looking for your post in 2 days. There you go. That's how in the arguments. They got to match that technology outside in that demonstration. So 2 days, we'll go back and what's this guy's name? Kenny Carmen. Kenny Carmen's going to post a demonstration of the product. I guess he's a Crow Boy, of his product outside at around 12 feet back, 1100 lumens, around 7 o'clock in the evening. And the video is called the Ultimate 1100 Lumen Challenge. Google it, it'll pop up. I'll be looking for your link in 2 days. Now, let's go back over here. Now, it's interesting too. Oh, wait. Can I ask you a question? Can you explain to me how that gray technology produced a different color when I poured it into a clear container? Can't do that. What's he channeling? Yes, you're jacked up and some blah, blah, blah. Camera, so images, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's a crowbar for you. Tons of excuses. They can't explain anything else. So they were in there talking about the paint was so dark you couldn't see it. When you see me come in and do these demonstrations, now they talk about this, the camera. Before it was, I had the ability to manipulate reality, which I still can't figure that one out. And then I had somebody came here by the name of Big Chef. Big Chef came in and started complaining, oh, using a 4,000 lumen projector. So I went upstairs, I said, look, I got a bunch of projectors, pick one. I got 800, I got 900, I got 1,000 lumen, I got 600 lumens, which one you want? Got quiet real quick in the room. Pull that 1,000 lumen projector, hit that screen, pull the same contrast of Warner's technology. And then they come back with the insults, the childlike insults. But if this guy knew anything about my technology and you took the time to watch my demonstrations, I've done paint-on demonstrations of 130-inch screens. As a matter of fact, the big boy screen behind me, I painted that one on live. So I painted screens way beyond that size. So what else you got? But like I said, you have 2 days. I want to see that demonstration. Mr. Kenny Cartman is going to post a demonstration for us on the Ultimate Challenge. Let me see. Hold on for a minute, Kenny Cartman. So what we're going to do is, that's why, I'm going to tell you somebody, that's why I have the Relic projectors. That's why I had the 720p old projector to show that my technology can produce image on low projectors. When I show those off, you guys come into the room and tell me, oh, 720p is garbage, 720p is trash. But when I show you what 720p looks like on our technology, then that's when the jaw dropping starts and you come up with other new comments. So what else is he saying now? Watch party a video explaining everything you're doing. Yeah, explain everything I'm doing. That's what the video is. It's a demonstration. In a demonstration, you explain what you're doing. Webster's Dictionary, my friend. Make that your best friend. Because I can't believe you just came in there and made that comment. This is what it is. It's a demonstration. I'm showing the screen. I'm painting the screen. That's what I'm doing, Cartman. That's the whole thing of the purpose of the demonstration. That's why I called you Crow Boys in here, because I want you to see the paint on demonstration. See, the demonstrations you're used to seeing is when somebody paints the screen, that it comes up so dark that you can't even see it. And this demonstration is live when we're doing this demonstration, and you can see it crystal clear, even when the screen is soaking wet. And the first comment you say is, when the screen sitting behind a 106-inch screen is, Oh, you only do it on small screens. Okay. I can see right there. Someone's having a bad day. But anyway, I don't know how you make that comment with a 106-inch screen standing behind the screen itself. Okay. All right, we're going to swap this out for the 1,000-lumen projector as Cartman or Kenny. We'll call him Kenny. Kenny has the same name as mine. We'll call him Kenny. As Kenny. He painted without a mask. These so-called breathing issues. Dude, I don't have to wear a mask when I'm painting the screen paint. It's odorless. It's actually water-based. You're, again, not too smart. If you're using a paint sprayer, then yes, you would have to wear a mask when using a paint sprayer. You do know that basically when you paint a screen, it's a lot safer to paint a screen than use a paint sprayer. In a paint sprayer, you basically get some form of what they call a particle dust that basically comes off the paint sprayer so you could breathe that in. So you don't need a mask. The only time you use a mask, unless you're painting something that is going to be toxic. Our product is basically low VOC, eco-friendly. So bottom line is you don't have to, and it's odor-free. We don't have to worry about wearing a mask. But, you know, if you want to come at me about my breathing issues and all that stuff, that's your opinion. That just makes you look like a smaller person. But, you know, it's just, maybe that's who you are. I'm sorry, but that's what it comes off to sound like. You know what I mean? That doesn't bother me at all. I brought you in the room because I want people to see your attitude and how y'all carry on. Woo! Look at that right there, people. That's the kind of spiders I get in here from day to day. Look at the size of that mother jumper. Ah! Ain't yet. Good God, didn't things get bigger and bigger, man? I swear, if I get bit one of these suckers, I better have Spider-Man powers. But you still haven't given me any form of logical answers. Okay, so I got one for you. If the screen paint under Supreme Black, the 12, is supposed to pull up an image so dark you can't see the screen, can you explain to all of us how that screen is pulling up such a bright image? Don't say projector, because you're not going to like the outcome of that one. So keep in mind, you come up here and you talked about the size of the screen. You talked about, what was the other thing you had about? Me not wearing a mask when I painted the screen, and therefore my respiratory issues must be fake. See the things they say? It's kind of sad, isn't it? So what else you got? So I'm going to ask you a question now. I'm going to ask you, and I'm giving you time to answer back while I basically swap out the projectors. Explain to me how the black screen is producing such a high color. Now, keep in mind a high white level, and it's producing a very bright image that you can see it crystal clear. So you can explain it to all of us. We'll just wait for you. Let me swap this out. Now, I guarantee you they'll come back with no form of logical or intelligent answers. It'll be all nothing but insults. The brightness is on the camera. So now it's the camera that's controlling the brightness. Okay. All right. That's a good one right there. What else you got? So our camera is controlling the brightness on it. That's what's doing it. The brightness on my camera. So that's the excuse now. Is the reason why my screen is producing such a bright image. That now keep in mind, it wouldn't just, if my camera was producing such a high bright glow, that means everything in the environment would basically be just glowing. It wouldn't just affect the screen, it would affect everything in the environment. Oh, it's true. Okay. It's true. Let me tell you something. No amount of brightness on a camera is going to basically cause the screen to show a white level like that. But that's all you can come up with. That's this excuse right there. So let me get this straight. Because the projector is 4,000 lumens. Let me get straight. Because the projector is 4,000 lumens, right? It's 4,000 lumens. That's what's causing the camera being pushed, with the brightness being pushed up on the camera so high up that the image is showing up on the screen and the lights aren't reflecting brighter. Nothing in the environment is reflecting brighter because all this is producing light. So you do know if you push up the brightness level on your camera that everything in the environment illuminates even brighter. The windows, everything around here illuminates even brighter. So that's the case you're saying because I'm using a 4,000 projector, that's what's enhancing the screen. So what happens if I use a 1,000 projector? Does the same thing too? So if that's the case, keep in mind when you made that statement. If that's the case, that means every customer who owns this black technology It's basically getting a dark image. That's what you're saying. Because I do have video testimonies, if you care to see that. Question? I answered your question. You said that I'm doing this with my camera. If I'm doing this with my camera and the screen is dark, as you say it is, that means every customer, let me listen, every customer would have a dark result. They wouldn't be able to see the screen. So how come my video testimony showed a different effect? If that's the case. Because if it only works here and it doesn't work any place else, then it would be a problem there. I saw King Black's demonstration and the screen was fantastic, and that was an 8. I know King Black. He has 8 technology. Yeah, I know King Black. No, it wasn't. It showed the image perfectly clear. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let's bring up King Black right now. And I think I'm going to switch this over to the big boy screen. I'm going to disconnect from here. And we're going to bring this over to the 135 in my other room. And we'll see what you're talking about, okay? I think that's basement. Yeah, we got to go to this one. All right, just give me a minute. And we're going to switch over to that monster. So I'm curious to see this, what you're talking about. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. You said the screen was so dark he couldn't see the screen, right? That's what you said, right? This is King Black. This is his channel right here. Right there. You see it for yourself. No. Don't shy away. That's King Black right there. That's our technology on our wallpaper screen, and that's an 8. And you said it was so dark that he couldn't see the screen, right? I'm seeing a screen that's crystal clear. Everybody, you can see the white writing, everything on it. No, but you made the statement, my friend. I told you I was going to back up everything I do. You said the guy King Black a few minutes ago, you said that his image was so dark that you couldn't see the screen. That's what you said. This is a fellow who has our screen right now. It's our screen paint right now he's using. And what were you saying again? What were you saying? Look at that. Oh, no, don't, no. Yeah, you did. No, I said it was dark. No, don't change it now. Don't change it now. Look at it right here. Look at it. Look at the screen. Where do you see where the screen is dark that you can't even see it? You just said a few minutes ago, you said it was my camera. You said it was my camera was the reason why that image was coming up so bright. I said, well, if that's the case, any of my customers would have a dark screen. And you said, well, what about King Black? He's got your product. And there's King Black right there on my 135-inch screen. Mind you, that's displaying a white level. Man, you know what? That got you a block. I hate to say this. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the level, and I'm sorry I had to say this about this person, of stupidity. You're going to come on my channel, try to tell me that my technology is too dark, and the only reason why it's showing a bright image is because the camera settings on my projector. Then you're going to bring up one of my customers and a friend of mine, because I'm good friends with a lot of my customers. We talk on a regular basis. You didn't know that, did you? And you're going to say, no, get back. You're going to say from out of your mouth that the camera is the reason why the image is showing up. Now, keep in mind, I've seen Crow's demonstrations on our technology where he's playing the screen to be so dark you couldn't see it. You know the difference between the two? When a screen is so dark you can't see and a screen that you can see? That's a black screen up there producing those images like that. So you're saying that my camera settings on my projector is giving me the ability to show everyone here bright images. Then you bring up a customer. Let me finish. You bring up a customer of mine. I had the PX747, my friend. I own that projector, okay? You're talking to a person who's bought a lot of projectors. I own the PX. Matter of fact, I tested my technology on it. So moving on. So you're going to sit there and say out of your mouth that oh, but King Black has it and it's dark. I pulled them up just now. We're looking at the demonstration. The screen's not dark in any way whatsoever. Look at the skin tones. Look at the whiteness. No. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. You fell flat on your face, and you did. You did. I hate to say it. That's it. You fell flat on your face. Goodbye. Unbelievable. That was fun. That was fun and interesting. So the screen is way too dark. He said you couldn't see the screen at all. It's way too dark. And the image just popped up there with no problem at all. I know that customer because that customer buys from us. And he's going to sit there and tell me that the screen is way too dark. You can't even see it. And this is on a playback. I'll post his demonstration at the bottom of this video, and you can hear him talk about how much he loves the screen. I can't believe he was going to use him as a testimony. So that's so dark, people. They're saying the screen is so dark that you can't see the screen at all. That's how dark it is. It's unwatchable. That's what they're trying to say. No, that's their excuse because they can't admit that the technology we developed is better. That's what it is. And I can't believe he went in and did that. He went in and pulled up King Black. King Black was so happy by our technology. As a matter of fact, we're sending them up to 12. And a couple more days, we got the 12 we're going to be sending up to him. Oh, short throw projectors. Which one you got? Let me see. Hold on, buddy. Let me see. Hold on. Tachi. Projector, short throw. Thank you, advice. I'm going to tell you the one you want to go with right now. All right, with your projector. I think those projectors are what, around 2200 lumens or 2100 lumens? You want to go with this paint right here. This paint right here is designed for those projectors, like low lumen projectors. This is going to give you the contrast. It's going to give you color, everything you want. This is the new technology we developed. This is the black silver ambient light rejection 12. This is like $89. We marked it off at a good price so everybody can afford it. So it's $89 for 1 quart. You can paint the screen size of the 100-inch to 120-inch 16:9. But this is what you want to go with. As a matter of fact, that projector you just named, I have it upstairs in my shop. I'll do a demonstration a day off that one using the screen paint downstairs before you buy, so you can get a chance to see the demonstration first. Hold on for a minute. Let me make sure I got it in the shop upstairs. I got it upstairs to shop. But like I said, you know, it doesn't frustrate me. I'm used to this. I'm used to these particular individuals because it's hatred and jealousy. Thank you so much. It's hatred and jealousy. You know, and you can see for yourself when you looked at that demonstration of King Black that screen wasn't dark, that you couldn't see it. You can see the skin tones and everything, but that just comes from jealousy. All right, let me see what we got over here. Okay. All right. Let me see, your model number, doesn't make a difference, I'm gonna act anyway, A22. And it's not the same thing, but it's the same caliber ultra short throw projector right here. And well, like I said, and if I don't have it, I'll buy it today. Because I'm always curious to test something out different on that low lumen projection screen thing we developed. So we'll go do that too. Right now, I am working on improving the signal. I'm going to have Comcast come through here, which is not a thing that I'm enjoying having done, but I have to have it done because my whatchamacallit is a little gritty. That's the one? Okay, perfect. I'll do a demonstration on that one today, okay? But they're going to come in and they're going to upgrade my Wi-Fi signal to a gig. And that's going to allow me to be able to do live streams crystal clear. And that's what I want. But like I said, I don't get upset by stuff like that. I like to prove people like that wrong. So that's a big victory for me for the have this individual comes in here and these people come and carry on my channel and act up. And, you know, they don't want to accept that the technology does what it does. You know, they're saying, well, you know, first they said I was going in and I was manipulating, doing some kind of sort of special effects for live video. And I'm like, what the freak? Like, I never even heard that one before. And that's another way they try to come up with it. Then they said that the screen was gray. The black screen was gray. Keep in mind, we developed a screen paint called Platinum Eclipse, and that's one of the darkest gray screens we ever made. So, you know, if that was the case, those screens would match, which they did, and we did the demonstration. One was gray, one was black. So they ran out of that. And now he made the statement about the camera angles. My camera is so bright, and that's why the image is coming up. And when he mentioned the guy's name, I was like, oh, no, you did not. Yeah. And that's King Black. That's good fellow, good friend of mine. He bought our screen paint. He bought a wallpaper screen from us. And now he's going to convert that over to a 12. Yeah. So showing that demonstration right there on the big screen. And on top of that, he didn't realize that as I was showing that demonstration, that the black screen was producing high enough white levels to show off the other demonstration that was producing high enough white levels. He didn't catch on to that point. And this is what I mean by when people say, well, you know, I don't mind inviting them in because it allows them to give them an understanding. And these are the ones I like. All right, so we're going to run the Sony 1,000 lumen projector because, like I said, we did the 4,000 lumens, and now we're doing the Sony. I can't believe we got sunlight outside. I'm going to do this demonstration so bad. Yeah, my projector's set up. I can't wait to get out there. You know, my neighbors don't think I'm nutty now. They're really going to think I'm nutty now. He's out there with a projector and a camera with taping little pieces of plastic to the window. What's going on with him now? My neighbors are cool and all. They're just nosy people, myself. I live in suburbia, so that tells you right there. I'm not saying everybody in suburbia is nosy, but you know, we all got that. Neighbors are neighbors. Which I do like the fact that they think I'm a little bit cuckoo because they don't bother me, which is good because I can go and record and I have somebody come around like, so what are you doing? Oh, so-and-so's like, you don't see that little red light flashing on that camera right now? I'm like, you know, I'm recording live. Yeah. All right. Let's bring her down a little bit. And what he didn't understand is that anytime I do demonstrations, my projectors always overlap the screen because I don't basically fit it to size the screen because it means I'll be basically forcing an image into a small space, and that would make the image tighter and brighter. But we've done these demonstrations already on the 1,000 projectors, you know, with no problem. He just hasn't seen any of my demonstrations. That's what's sad. When you haven't educated yourself on my technology and you come and you start splurting all kinds of crazy stuff. And all this craziness started from one individual who was jealous of my work and started spreading nasty rumors that my product was black paint, and that's all it was. And even did a couple of demonstrations of mixing black paint or copying our label with black paint in the containers and doing these slander demonstrations against us. I was saying this is how his product really looks. Yeah. We're in the backyard. Hold on. That's a customer right there. I gotta call him back. Ooh, I got my phone. I forgot sound of this one. There we go. And the screen is still wet. Takes a while for them to dry. Oh man, we got sunlight today. I want to get this done with this demonstration done so badly with this new technology outside. I cannot wait. Let's see. Like I said, I wouldn't advise you painting over a surface this marked up, because see those huge lines across the screen? That's what allow the paint to drip down in heavy drips. Do not do that. All right, you can see how it will come up on the screen. But other than that, like the same thing, if you paint a screen that had wall that has stucco, any form of texture to it, you don't want to do that, because you're going to see that push through the screen. But anything else, if you got a smooth wall and it's got paint splatter or whatever on it, whatever, you know what I mean? Kids are drawing on the wall, whatever. You can just roll over with this stuff and be done with it. You don't have to prime the surface. Any form of stucco or any form of texture to the wall, don't paint those. All right. Here's some other screen in there. Says you don't do any. I found it interesting how he says you don't do any. How can you say not paint a screen or anything bigger, and you're looking at a 106 behind you? Okay, all right. I got to get outside, people. This is calling my name. This is calling my name. I got to be out there right now. I got to see how this stuff's gonna react. I found. Oh man, this is beautiful. Oh, what about over there? Yeah. I got to go right now. I'm excited, man. I got to get outside right now. I got to test that screen outside. I got the side view where the light hit it. I got to get the direct sunlight. I need to be there. That's where I need to be at. So I'm going to get out of here real quick. I'm going to start doing these demonstrations on this new technology we're working on. Mine is going to be invisible technology we're working on for advertisements, stuff like that. But I really got to get out there right now because, man, if this sun tucks away while I'm out there, man, I'm going to be so bummed for the rest of the day. But yeah. All right. So with that being said, thank you all for taking the time to come in. Crow Boys, as always, I always enjoy your company. I know it sounds like we get a little heated with the debate and everything, and I don't get angry with them. I just see where they're trying to go with some of the stuff that they're doing or saying. That's what I'm pretty much curious about, how they're trying to go with it. What kind of new conspiracies they're trying to dig up on me or trying to say I'm this or I'm that or whatever. But like I said, every time I end up proving them wrong and they get mad about it and get upset. But like I said, let them be. They are who they are. With that being said, I got to go. Thank you all for your time, and God bless. I'm going to do a video demonstration later on today with that same projector. We already had that screen painted onto a screen, so I'll do that demonstration for the fellow who was asking about the ultra short throw projector. I have it here. Let me see what else. Oh, if the weather's good, and if we don't get any rain in the middle of the day, I'll bring out the Chrissy, because I haven't brought a Chrissy outside to do a demonstration yet. So I'm going to bring a Chrissy outside. We'll do a demonstration on that. And hopefully today I got all my parts here from my arcade screen and stuff like that. We can finish it upstairs. The chair won't be here, but the Amazon Fire Stick is going to be here today. The new with the the Echo Chrome, whatever the thing is. If I said that wrong, I do apologize. But that's going to be here today. I'm going to test that out over here on my Chrissy projector right there. All right. With that being said, I am going to get ready to get this area all cleaned up and start off again. Let me put some fish on real quick. I like to have fish on in this video, on this screen right here. I gotta go, guys. I got a customer right now that's calling me right now, and I got another one I gotta call back in a few minutes, so I gotta take care of that first before I do anything else. But y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. I gotta go, and God bless. Looking forward to the shirt, though. Yeah, I'll have that for you soon today. Give me some time. I'll have the day. I'll post it, okay? All right, y'all have a good one. God bless.